I don't see any red anymore on the stream health, so I'm guessing it's fine right now. Works good.
Yep. Not
Cool.
seeing any issue.
So we're just
Thanks,
gonna have to wait.
Jack the narrator, for being here, by the way, and getting these fixes solved and getting your mod back up and running.
Yeah, that is amazing commitment, and I do thank him as well. He's been putting up a lot of effort and bringing us so many new and good improvements for the game. It is unbelievable. I don't think we could have done this without him. And like right now, I don't think we even could have gotten through this game with spectators in it. Right? We should have left us out. Which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, a few players need to join back in the game, including my colleague here, my French caster Wex, We4X. You were saying about him, by the way. Can you tell us a bit about him? I don't know him. You said he was Shoku, or?
I mean, my French is terrible, but he used to go by Sosuk. He was one of the top players back in the early CPL of Civ 6. He hadn't been playing for a while, and I guess he's been back more recently playing under his new name, We4X. I still assume he's probably a good player. He's probably got a really great mind. Yeah, that's all I know for now.
I didn't see him play that much on CPL. I do know he's playing a lot on CivFr, and he's been casting quite a few games. So, well, I guess I need to pay more attention to his games here. In the meantime, we do have Liege here. Liege has been an amazing, I should say, promoter of Civilization 6 in the last year. He's been playing a lot everywhere. He also attended that event, the Z event, I think it's called, where I'm not sure if you are familiar with it, but it is a French event in which they get a lot of streamers in the same room, and all of them like have fun, cast each and every whatever game they want to do co-cast, to plays together. Like it's an amazing like weekend in which they do everything in a single room, like in a big room, like let's say a hotel congress room or something like that. It's interesting to see and watch. Not sure if I've seen that sort of a event in other countries. A LAN, exactly. Like Dove says, that is a LAN. I haven't like when I was in my I should say like teen years. It was the LAN age, and everybody was going to play in like PC, like coffee shops, or taking their whole computer and going to their friend's house and plugging out the LAN and figuring out how to play. Remember those days with direct play, direct connection, StarCraft or Diablo?
Really bigs they're bringing their big PC towers over.
Exactly.
Have these like foldable tables. Yeah, it was.
I mean, the computers were one thing, but the computer monitors were a totally different beast. Remember those VGA something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
There we go. We got only Jessica to ready up. I did ready up there. I didn't notice I was the last to ready up, and we are loading into. Come on, Jessica, do it. You can do it. I do want to mention Damodar, and the player that should have played on Zone of Control is Australian. So for him, it's like something like 4 a.m. in the morning. So I guess that was one of the reasons Kirsaku played at this hour. It was way too early for him to maybe get going.
Huh? He's online. Maybe he's just. Maybe he's too tired. I don't know. I think 4 a.m. is pretty rough for him.
It is. And there we go, loading up the game. Hopefully we're not going to see that UI bug again. I do trust Jack the Narrator solves problems really, really fast. So him pushing an update right now, it's great. Sometimes we do have these errors, not of the fault of the developer. Sometimes Steam messes up and overrides the mod unexpectedly. That is the reason we're required to unsub and resub. Unsubbing actually means it deletes the files from your computer, and then resubbing is re-downloading them. But sometimes I guess it overrides the files, not in a good way on the Steam servers. I'm guessing Steam uses some form of content delivery network that is developed by them, so I'm not sure exactly how it works, but you know, just like any other thing, sometimes it glitches.
So I have a question. What Civ do you see get picked early on a lot? Do you see a lot of like I was surprised that Rome and Egypt didn't get picked first early on. I was wondering if that happened.
Usually they are picked. They are picked quite a lot. We also see Dido picked quite a lot. In the new meta, Persia is an extreme favorite because of the Immortals. Mongolia has been good as well. The problem with Mongolia, you don't get to actual sim, so it was actually a meme for some time now. The Keshik factories, because you basically get to Keshiks and then you just spam them out as you know, like from as you've seen yesterday, like you don't do anything else. But Japan is another favorite on most maps here. I've seen them used in 2v2s, in Terra maps, in Archipelago, in most settings, right? 4v4s, big maps like Pangaea, they're extremely adaptable civilization. Even with the nerfs to them, with commercials not getting adjacency bonuses from being next to rivers, you still can get a lot out of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you can't get those amazing +20 commercials that you're used to. Remember those days when we couldn't stop with Japan's free simming somewhere in the corner? CZOC having as much fun as possible by himself.
Yeah, like the second golden age Japan have like 200 plus science, and it's just
Yeah, I feel you. I'm remembering exactly those days. It was interesting, but again, it was a challenge to play against him, and it wasn't always that case. Sometimes, if you were next to him, you could IRL him early, so he spent his energy on something else rather than getting commercials up and stuff like that. So it wasn't always a perfect sim location. Other civilizations at the beginning, to be fair, Egypt has been picked a lot, like a lot. Banned and picked at the same time. Maybe when it's not picked, it's banned. Maybe that's what you've seen. I'm surprised actually Kirsaku chose Chandragupta over Gandhi, for example. I think Gandhi is a bit better, even though it doesn't get that extra movement on the military units. The fact that it gets it on the civilian units, and then you get an extra follower belief. So you get to choose gold, and you get to choose, for example, choral music or stuff like that for your and defender of the faith at the same time. It is, I think, an extremely good civilization.
So that's a new change, right? So what Kirsaku got a meteor, right?
Yeah. That is exact, and that is I was surprised by this yesterday, and the stream chat enlightened me about that. Whenever a meteor hits a tile, it creates craters, right? So the craters can be harvested, quote unquote, by any unit, I think, and you just need to move your unit onto that tile, and it's like a hut. It automatically pops the highest tier heavy cav unit that you can make or build. And I guess at the beginning, even though he didn't have the technology to get heavy chariots, he just got a heavy chariot. That is actually surprising. He should have gotten something else, but I don't know, maybe that's
I think early on you get heavy chariots because that's just the first one. It defaults to that. But I mean, imagine he's gonna have a crazy amount of early scouting. Maybe if he finds Germany soon, maybe he just sends all his scouts to it and that heavy chariot and forces Germany to go for a second warrior or like slingers just to like not die.
Yeah, exactly. And like chat is saying right now, I do like and love Uber's monks. Not sure if you saw the monk strategy with Zulu or something like that. Some weird early core monks. Oh my god, you can get them to 90, 100 damage, 1050.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, no, I played against. I forgot who maybe it was Thumeng, and I think he went Warrior Monks, and I just got rolled so fast with that.
Yeah. It does take a little while to promote them, but once you get them promoted, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, nice animation. I really like the meteor shower animation here. And to get back to what you were saying about Germany, yes, forcing him to make military units would be a great thing right now. And by the looks of it, India is scouting towards him. Not sure if he actually saw him. I don't think he saw him. I think they went around his warrior. And but look how many scouts he has. 1, 2, 3, 4 scouts on India with a heavy chariot. I mean, is this gonna be?
I think what happened was his warrior first found a hut, got a scout. So he had 2 early scouts. I think he built a second scout and then built a third one just now, and now he's going for settler.
And he still has huts to pop. I mean, just imagine if he gets an extra scout. 4 movement scouts next to Germany. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Germany is keeping his warrior at home, though. I see he did send one of his scouts towards the northeast there, and another one is to the south. And he just moved his warrior out of his capital city. Not sure exactly what he's gonna do, but we've seen some quick kills in one of the games. And a reminder, this is turn 8. Now we will have a vote. It should be started by the host of the game, that is Task for Fish. The problem, actually not the problem. The thing is, we need to give the players the choice to use the remap tokens. Each team gets 1 remap token, and they can choose to use it if they deem necessary. Looking at the map right now, turn 8.
Yeah, just make sure ZoC knows, because I think they might be unaware of the rule.
There we go. So it is. This is a new change. At the beginning, when the mod was developed, you had a command in chat that you needed to write, like dot commands, and a stream of notifications popped on the screen, and it showed you what commands you can use in chat to do the vote, or start or kick a player, or make someone force an AI, or we had a command that was, for example, turning a whole civilization into free cities. We thought that might be cool at some point. We tried it, never worked again. And at this moment, I see a change. Jack thought, and I think he's right, it is much more, it is better if we have the commands built in. So basically it is, you just press ESC, it is another option in the menu.
It's such a great change. For it.
Exactly, such a great change. And you have like 2 of them. You have the remap votes, that is for of course normal teamers, and then you have irrelevancy vote, that is for FFAs. And we have we are talking right now in CPL and CivFr alike of starting to slowly but surely push hosts to give the multiplayer helper mod much more attention than it used to, because most of the bugs have been churned out. We do have a lot of support for it, and the version is not heavy as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. It looks like they want to play this map. This is the single map we're going to see. So let's talk a bit about the city states here. We got Namadol, Kumasi, Vilnius as the culture city states. We got Bologna and Taruga. That is actually a new city state I'm not familiar with. Taruga, that is a science city state, and it provides +5 science in all cities for each different improved strategic resource they have. Oh, what?
Yeah,
So-
no, it's definitely
So wait a second.
the best ones in the entire game.
So wait a second. If you have like horses, iron, niter, coal, you get +20%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then imagine like Mongolia with it. They get like what 10% if they have 2 horses. That's a lot early game. That's better than a lot of.
Wait. You don't get
Yeah,
it.
that's just-
Wait,
that's
you don't
just
get it
crazy.
for every tile you have the strategic resource improved. You just get it for different strategic resource. So like.
Oh, for each different improved.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
so
if
you
you had
got-
like a horse and an iron, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's 10%, and then you put the niter and it's 15, and then you put the. And actually, I don't know how it stacks. Does it stack directly 5%, or is it 5% of the new 5%? I don't know. I'm gonna see.
It probably just goes 5, 10.
Yeah.
20. Oh, look at Jack's lands.
Jacksland. That is interesting. Let's see. Jacksland. We got Persia here. Jack the Ripper. Persia.
He's got a nice +3 campus. He's got some. Where's he? He's not near anybody, is he? Oh, maybe Fish.
I mean, he does have Jessica to his right, but Jessica is coastal with Japan. North, he does have Poland. That is Fish. You're right. Oh, look at this. Poland is moving a settler
Oh.
unescorted, and there is a Jack scout there in the forest, looking and drooling over that settler.
I think Tass is gonna go settle the 2 bananas though. I think he probably scouted that, and that's where that settler's going.
You think? You think he's going here to the right on the marsh, maybe, or here?
No, I think the 2 bananas and the stone right there. Yeah,
So here on the.
it's behind the river. It's yeah.
Yeah, defensible location, sure. And look at this diamond trio. The 3 diamonds next to each other. That's 9 gold right off the bat with production. Interesting.
We have
Liege just picked religious settlements, and look at this invasion of India's units.
Oh my god.
He has the settlers, but is in a little bit of a trouble with open tiles to move the settler with.
That's actually worrisome. A slinger, I think 2 scout hits and then maybe a 3rd one, and they might be able to get that settler. Oh no, they attacked and they killed the settler or the scout.
Nah,
Or is
it
it
didn't
dead?
kill.
No, it's not.
He just needs one more
Wow.
experience point. One more experience point. Unbelievable. But yeah, I did lose settlers myself when I was escorting them with slingers. It is an extremely bad idea. Escort them with warriors as much as possible, or even scouts there. The slinger on defense is only 5 melee strength, so it can get damaged really fast. It's not a pleasure to see it die to scouts. The scouts, for example, have 10 melee strength, the base strength. So I think we're gonna see an invasion of Germany here, an early invasion with Varus. Did you see the Pantheon that he just picked? That is God of the Forge on Chandragupta. Ooh. Is he gonna go? If he's gonna go for an encampment, we know what's coming. 4 movement Varus with God of the Forge, boys. This is gonna be something interesting. Hey, Farguster. The moment I'm not sure exactly what's happening with the overall game. Are you playing with Steam or are you playing with Epic Games? On Steam, it should work fine. We're using Steam right now. On Epic Games, I honestly do not know because I don't use it. I have been hearing a lot of Epic Games things lately, especially because it is open for download right now. Without the DLCs, you get it for free. So basically, I think a lot of players right now are trying out the game. They want to at least download it and try it out for themselves, see if they want to invest in getting those DLCs or not. But I'm not sure about what details I can share.
Oh, you're playing on Epic. Yeah, it's hard because Epic, unless the host specifically clicks the button to play with like other people, other Epic. I don't know. I think it's pretty weird. It's new for all. Isn't there like a setting instead of just normal multiplayer? It's like multiplayer cross-platform or something like that, Michael?
Yes, it is. It is a new setting, and I'm not exactly familiar with it, but because again, I didn't get the chance to test it myself. I already have the game on Steam, so it's kind of weird to get it on Epic Games. I haven't opened any game on Epic Games by now.
You don't play Fortnite?
No, I don't play Fortnite. Wait, Fortnite is only on Epic Games? What?
I think Fortnite is Epic Games, right?
I don't know. I did play
because you don't play, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had an account.
They were saying about the cross-platform thing working mostly between like cross-platformers in. I'm not sure if it works between. Does it work between Steam and Epic Games? But you have both. You need to be on the same option. So, for example, Epic Games won't work with the normal games that are in multiplayer. You have to, like you said, open up that different option in the menu. The multiplayer unified internet, unified PC something multiplayer.
We will, Mac. We'll make sure to keep our eye on the India game.
Hello there, Dr. Stas. I'm sorry for the trouble earlier for my stream. I did close it and restarted several times. I did notice the Berlin servers from Twitch were having problems, and I switched to Austrian servers. And right now it looks like it is in the green if I look at the settings. So I think it was in my it was on my end, or well, not on my end, on Germany's end, on the server's end. I do hope right now it's gonna be fixed. And I think because you guys didn't say anything, I think it works right now well. So hopefully it's gonna go. Look at that! He did get the settler. Did you see that?
Wow!
Oh my god! He attacked it with the wow. Wow!
It's actually
Liege.
So that this is something that players aren't aware of, because scouts have 4 movement now. They can cross a river and attack, right? So a lot of players don't expect that to happen, and it catches a lot of people off.
So if I hover over, for example, on this scout, right, and I put it on this, it says movement cost is 3. That is across the river, right, and on a hill.
Well, across the 3 is the river, but then because it's a hill and because it's a forested,
so that is the movement
hill,
cost.
that would
Okay.
be 5.
So
But no,
for
I was
example,
talking
if I
from
put
the
it
hill
here-
to the flatland. That's 3, and then so
Okay.
they still have 1 movement, and then they can attack, which is what he did.
Yeah, and looks like Liege was caught off guard here. He just lost his religious settlements settler. Oh, quite a bummer there. Can he pull it off? Can he move it away? That is gonna be interesting. He does have extra movement. Only 2 movement on the settlers though. So let's see. Can he? He did move it away. Oh my god, this is. This is not Liege's game, and this is one of the things that is problematic with Germany. And look at this, he's now forced to go in all in war here, and he's gonna lack a lot of those simming options of usual Germany play. So it's not gonna be an ideal situation for him. That is why I was surprised when I saw him pick this. And yesterday, I think Rage got very, very lucky with his spawning far away from Korea, having two other teammates that could go against Korea. Instead of him just going against Korea, if he would have just be him against Korea, he would have died. Once those Hawachas were coming out, he would have died. Like 100% would have died with Germany there.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Now it's potentially a 3-4 city God of the Forge Chandragupta. You know, against the 2-city Germany. I think we know who's gonna eventually win that.
I mean, we're gonna have some fun, I guess. We're gonna see those Varus.
Germany's by himself too, if you look at that, right? Because Persia's all the way at the bottom in the middle. You have.
He set the encampment. In the meantime, he set the encampment. Oh my god, he built more scouts. Look at this. He has 2 more scouts in his land. He finished an encampment in his capital city. He's actually protecting the encampment. I'm not sure why with the scout. I guess he's just keeping them for keeping the warrior away.
I think he held it so that they can't kill it, right?
Yeah. And now he can safely move away. The district is 23 strength. That is a little bit higher than normal because of the heavy chariot. So usually the city strength is dependent on the highest melee unit that you have, and the range attack of the walls is dependent on the highest range unit you have.
Looks like they bought him a warrior to go up to 20.
Yeah, that is something we didn't see. We were caught off guard here. I did see the Historia here picking the Pantheon, Lady of the Reeds and Marshes, and is finishing up Temple of Artemis. There we go. That is it. And happily simming away. He's probably going to provide gold for Liege if he needs to. The problem is Liege barely is getting his second city out. India has already 3 cities out, getting the encampment training projects done. And he's definitely gonna get a general. It doesn't look like any other. I guess right now we have Jack the Ripper with an encampment now. That is normal with Persia. Task for Fish 2 turns away from finishing his second holy site, and already has his first. Let's see how many points he has. 2 great prophet points. Wait, why 2? Oh my god, he actually spent the production on getting the shrine in there. Okay. Blaze with God of Craftsman. That is, I guess, a good but interesting pick. We weren't expecting this, were we? Mongolia with so many sheep and going God of Craftsman.
Maybe he didn't get fertility rights. Did somebody else maybe get fertility rights?
Let me hover over. Someone was saying that they can't hear me. Look, I upped the volume on both ends on incoming sound and outgoing. Let's see how it works. Is it better now? Wakasa?
Test.
Okay, great. Good to know. Thank you for the feedback, man. Jessica, in the meantime, did get 3 cities with Japan, is making boats, and I guess she's gonna kill Kumasi at some point.
Those are not Kumasi.
Yeah, that is the destination of those boats. It looks like she got God of the Sea, and you were asking me about fertility rates, right? So I see Persia with stone circles. By the way, do you know about the change in stone circles?
Yeah, the 1 production, 1 faith instead of was it 2 faith?
Yeah, 3 faith. 3.
3
well,
faith. Oh, okay.
2 faith, and then we buffed it to 3 faith, and then we changed it to 1 production and 1 faith. Not sure. I mean, you do make amazing tiles right now out of the 2-1 stone flatland stone tiles, so I guess it does work, but at the same time it kind of feels like a copycat of God of Craftsman.
Yeah, I could see that. But I think it just depends on your resources, right? Like maybe you have a ton of what's that culture resource? Marble.
Yes, marble.
I had a game earlier where I had like 4 stone and like 5 marble in my first couple cities, and it was just like amazing. Because flatland marble is like not that great, but then you improve it, and all of a sudden it becomes like a, one culture, 2 production, 2 food.
Yeah, it's a good
favor,
tile. It's a good
super
tile
nice.
to work. Yeah, at some point. But and with stone circles, you get better, right? With
Mm-hmm.
improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good overall Pantheon. I don't use it that much, but I had to use it at some point, especially with Germany. I had an extremely bad spawn as usual with Germany, because Germany doesn't get, as far as I know, bias to hit spawn, so it can spawn anywhere, good land or bad land alike. So it's like Netherlands at some point. Sometimes you get popped in somewhere in a corner and you can't do anything because your land is between tundra and the desert.
Yeah. What is the loyalty on Calcutta?
I'm not sure if I can check that, but I can tell you it is rebelling in 5 turns. So especially because Cologne was set, but it did grow. So now it went to pop 2 and it's rebelling in 21 turns. And between that and the amount of units that are coming from India, with of course the general coming out, I think next turn. I'm not sure if. Oh, I think he wants to deny that general from Germany here. I'm not sure if he can do that. Just look how much production Germany needs to spend right now just to get that general. He even chops it.
He'll chop for it though.
Yeah,
like.
he even chops it. Look at that.
I mean, I think his game was over if he didn't get it in what's his name? Chandra Groups gets.
Look at that.
I'll be right back.
Duck for Duck is saying that there is a small bias for Germany. Not sure. I know there was a file. Actually, I think I created a file. Nobody told me to update it, so I'm not sure if it did change or not. Let's check it out. Hey, hello there, Slimy Ghoul. Welcome. Yeah, so I did put it up. If you have access to our Discord, in the CPL Discord, in bot commands, the start bias on BBG so far for Germany, I see it has no start bias. Not sure if I should update that or not. Again, nobody told me to do it, so I didn't think of it. If it did have, can you please link me the details? Yes, Slimy Goo, for sure. If you do get more production into your city, and you're gonna get to see a lot of that in the games here. I'm actually gonna explain how it works. You do get faster units. You do need the food, so it's dependent on the population, because the number that you see here on the city on the right it is the population count, and it counts how many tiles you can actually work. One population per one tile. So basically, if you have, so for example, you have 2 population, he will work this 2 amber tile and 1 culture, and then he can work the 2-3-1 culture. So he will have 1 production from the city, 2 production from 1 worked tile, and another 3 from the second worked tile, for a total of 6. It does have a base as well, so you see it's right now 7.3. That is because of the base. You can do both. Automatically it sets them by default. You can specialize. I cannot actually pull up because I'm in a spectator mode right now, but you can pull up the city's specifications on the top right and on the bottom right, I should say. You can specialize your city. So to, for example, focus on food, focus on production, focus on culture, focus on faith or production, and then or you can use um, manual assignment of your citizens for set amount of tiles, and you can block them, like you can lock them in that area. Hello there, Devries. Yes, it was actually yesterday. You missed it. And it is some kind of intense gameplay here. We got while I was explaining how production works here, Mongolia Blaze was eating away at Abel's empire here with a heavy chariot. Some scouts here and there. He did get to get a builder, but didn't actually deleted it. I think he should have deleted it. In the meantime, he is getting horses and sending them there. I don't think it will matter that much because Abel did get legions. As you can see already, 2 legions are out. He can upgrade another. And on the other side of the continent, we got India fighting Germany for supremacy here. India did manage to snatch a settler from Liege, that is playing Germany. In the meantime, Germany, both of them actually got a general, and Germany spammed his archers. We're gonna wait and see how this war will play out. India, remember, does have an extra movement for his military units. With a general, these will be 4 movement units. Not to mention, he will get the Varus. The Varus apply a debuff to the units around him, or I should say a penalty. They give the units around them -5 military strength, and I can pull that on the screen here. Give me a sec. So these are the Indian unique classical era heavy cav unit. Adjacent enemies receive -5 combat strength. I think they are a little higher in base cost production than horses, but I can check that. So right now it costs on normal, on standard speed, they cost 120 production. Let's check out the horses. The horseman is 80 production, so they are 40 production more than the usual horses. You can use, of course, the maneuver card to chop them, and when you do use them, some players like to use them in concert with other units like swords or archers behind them.
Slimy Goo, are you playing on the base game or are you playing from the Epic Store? Because I think the base game, once you take over a city, it becomes occupied. Okay, so yeah, so the base game, I think the city becomes occupied. Does it? I forgot. In the expansions, the city still grows, but I think in the base game it doesn't, and it stays occupied, and then production, I think, drops to like half, and then it takes it like impossible to produce anything. So I think what you want to do is you want to either completely kill the opposing Civ or have them like seat the cities or go to peace. I'm not exactly sure how that works still.
Yeah, you have to make them seed the cities, I believe, right? CDE.
Yeah, so yeah, seed. Yeah, once they seed the city, it becomes yours and it'll start growing and producing just fine.
Yeah, it needs to get to full health, and again, the population really matters in the city. It is, of course, much slower than your capital or usual cities that are working on improved tiles, but I think you can get it up to specs. It just takes it takes longer. That's how usually. That's how it goes usually when you take over cities. You're still reliant on the main cities you pop the units from. In the meantime, the third general of the game has been recruited by Jack the Ripper, and those are all of the 3 great generals that are in the classical era. Looks like Poland That is Task Force Fish, the captain of Zone of Control, did get his third settler here. We are approaching the era change. We are 4 turns away from the next era. And we're gonna probably see everybody get a golden age. I don't think there's gonna be a problem with that. But in the meantime, have you seen this? Have you seen this, Yoshi? It looks like Kirsaku is has upgraded one of his swords. He's being pushed by Liege with a lot of archers here. Not sure if they're gonna actually do anything. Looking at the damage,
I think Liege needs to push back because, or just make sure like the sword doesn't kill his archers, because I feel like that sword can one shot any of those archers if he's not careful.
this is a tough game for Liege, an extremely tough game for Liege. I feel like it's challenging, but I don't think he can pull off the win here. One thing that I am a little worried about, I don't see Indian Varus on the field here, and that is problematic to say the least. He's taking for horseback riding 3 turns. He did choose to go for swordsman. Maybe that was a good choice. Wait.
Oh, he lost the swordsman.
Did he just lose the swordsman?
Yeah, the three archer attacks.
But he had a promotion on it. What happened there?
Yeah, well, I think Liege last moved it and then first moved it, so didn't give him any time to.
Oh, Kirsaku must be so mad right now. That was one of the highest strength units near Calcutta. He's gonna need to upgrade or promote, however you wanna say it, another warrior into a swordsman, and in the meantime get gold going in his capital city.
I think the good thing is they have Japan, who is pretty much free sim. Nobody has to worry. Japan probably has harbors up, getting that soon. So lots of gold, right? Because Japanese harbors are pretty insane with their adjacencies.
She only has 1 harbor up that is in her capital. It's already a +5. That is because of the 2 coastal resources, the whales and the fish. The capital gives it 3 instead of the normal 2 that it gets as any other civilization. But Japan has 1 extra adjacency bonus, right? Major adjacency bonus to its districts. She's making 19 gold a turn, and she's gonna make a lot more once she finishes all of these harbors. That's another 2 +4s, and this is another +4. So 3 +4s are coming out in a few turns. A maximum of 8 turns. She's gonna have another 12 gold in the bank per turn. While on the other team, we got Distoria with 21 and 24 science and culture already, and 15 gold. He's gonna freely sim here. This is gonna be extremely problematic for Zone of Control. He got Temple of Artemis early. He's getting Oracle in 1 turn and Hanging Gardens in 5, while no other teammate other than I guess Jessica of Task Force Fish can actually get wonders built. Task Force Fish will need to get units up because he's probably gonna fight Persia at some point. As we know, Mr. Jack the Ripper here really likes his wars. And oh, I'm sorry. 1 second. You know, I was talking earlier about my cats. This one is the needy one. His name is Zoro. And he wants to sit on my hands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cat scream.
Yeah, so we're gonna look here. It looks like the majority of the action will be between Germany and India. And yes, I'm the moment derailed by Zoro here. He's keeping, as you can see on my hand, he's keeping tabs on my hand. he might actually lose. India might actually lose this city if he doesn't get any. It doesn't look like he's gonna get a unit in there unless he buys one, and I don't think they have the gold between them. It's 160 investment, and that's only a 26 defense strength Calcutta city, Indian city there. It doesn't look like there's any way he could stop the city from being taken. So that would be a blow to India here. It looks like he started powerful Kirsaku, but couldn't capitalize on his advantage of getting a city from Liege. What do you think will happen here if India loses this city and Germany has all of these military units? Could he actually overtake India at some point? What was the mistake here? It's clearly a mistake by Kirsaku.
Calcutta should have not been settled there. I think the land is just too rough. He can't bring any of his units to go and support within time because it takes him, even with the 3 movement archers and melee units, it still takes 4 turns. The land's not the most defensible, I'd say, because you don't have any like hills behind it to shoot from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he should have just waited till he got to maybe like the rice tile, like 3 tiles away to the left. Might have been a better one. It's a little bit closer. It's still like that second city that Germany has can really support and push on Calcutta right now. But if that city were moved a little bit more to the left, I think it would have been a lot harder.
The thing is, right now, there is one more turn until Victor gets into that city. He did get the swordsman inside, so that will boost the defense strength. And I was looking at the numbers here. It's not going to be easy to get this city. Of course, it's not able to put it under siege because it does have a water tile. And these warriors just don't pack enough punch. If you can see, there's 22 against 33. And they basically die without doing any damage to the city. And then we got the swordsmen that do a little damage, and they're gonna need to be promoted, but is just not enough. So he's probably gonna need to bring all of these archers into play. And it looks like there is an archer unit coming out from Calcutta. There were some changes to the walls as well. So at some point, players were doing this, but they were relying on the walls being built really fast. Right now the walls have been nerfed a little bit. I think they went from 75 to 100 production, and the medieval walls were buffed in production. They went from 225 to 200, I believe, or something like that. I'm wondering what Jack the Ripper is doing here. Like, it doesn't look like he's focusing that much on war units. It looks like he did get that general, but in the meantime he's just spamming away settlers and improving his land. I don't see him hard building or pre-building that many warriors for immortals. That is surprising. He doesn't need, I should say, that much iron for his immortals. It's half of the usual swordsman cost. It's only 5. And I think he has enough gold. Do you think they're spending a lot of gold right now on Liege? I think they're spending a lot of gold on Germany here, just to make him defend against India. And was that a sword buy? I think that was a sword buy here in Calcutta.
Possibly.
I didn't see any unit coming. Yeah. Did they lose? Let me see. Yeah, they did. They just spent most of their gold. So I think that was the thing they spent it. And look at that. Jessica is already making 29 gold a turn. The major gold maker of the game. 16 science and 20 culture. We are in the new age. 19 to 29 turns until the next one. And let's check out the golden ages. We got Task for Fish in a Monumentality, Golden Age with Poland, not surprising there. Jessica, Free Inquiry, she's getting the science from her harbors and commercials. Kirsaku, he went for a Pen, Brush and Voice Golden Age, getting culture and gold from his districts that were finished. Blaze over here is in Pen, Brush and Voice as well, and look at that. He's really pushing on Rome here, not letting him breathe. He has units almost on all of this land. Unbelievable. He's not going for one single push. He's just going everywhere. This must be so frustrating for them. If you, oh my god! Look at this. He has like one tile apart. Look at this spacing of units. They're like everywhere.
I think it's a really good move because then it forces him to potentially build way more units than he thinks he needs to. He'll start possibly chopping out units, and then he falls behind, right? And then all of a sudden these Keshiks come and just wipe everything out because Keshiks are.
Yeah, we're actually gonna see. Oh, I just messed up. I don't know. Okay. Now I found out how I do that and undo that. Nice. So we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm not exactly sure how Keshiks will fare against legions. Legions do have a higher base strength than the normal sword, right? They are 4 strength higher. The Keshiks are extremely maneuverable and at the same time do pack a punch, but they're sometimes weak on defense. So let's see how well they will do in terms of technological development and culture development. If if Abel is gonna be at a good technological level to withstand the Keshik attack, maybe some muskets, maybe some crossbows, field cannons or whatever, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure if he's gonna get to field cannons, but I was just saying it. I don't think he will get there. In the meantime, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be supported here by Distoria. Distoria is getting a lot of culture and a lot of gold behind him. He's gonna want to get some Mariano chariot chargers on the front lines and help his Roman friend there. The Mariano chariot chargers are the unique unit of Egypt. They pack, they're like heavy chariots, but they have crossbow attacks, right? 2 range attack.
So Jack just stole a settler. Sorry to bug you. Blaze's settler, right by his city at the bottom. Do you see a unit?
He actually stole this?
Blaze. So Blaze had a settler right on that unit, or right on that horse tile, and I think he stole it.
So wait a second, Blaze stole or Jack?
Blaze
stole?
Lost the settler to Jack, and Jack deleted it.
Yeah, so it was on this ship tile or something.
Yeah,
that's kind of looks like
that actually really hurts Blaze a lot because that settler, I think that settler probably should have just gone up instead of back.
Yeah,
unescorted settlers are gonna kill you.
That is one lesson you learn the hard way. You never leave your settlers unescorted. Some players do it just because they feel safe, and then you have like a ninja scout that pops out of nowhere and takes it and deletes it. It can hurt you extremely bad. On this side of the war, we got Kirsaku scrambling to get this. Come on. Promote. Do it. Come on, Kirsaku. Rooting here for our friend. No, he lost it. Rip. There was another soon to be promoted swordsman that he didn't get the first move on.
I think Kirsaku probably wanted to kill that unit up top and then bring that sword in the city and then promote it safe. But I mean, this is what I was saying. Like, look at. There's no hills behind that he can really use. So these archers are like in some. They have to be put in some rough positions, and then the sword can just run in and kill it.
Yeah, that is a factor in most battles, right? The terrain, the defense or attack possibilities that you can get out of it. It is one of the things that is a major factor in the outcome of battles. And we've seen it play out a lot of the times in the games, even with OP civs or going against the weaker civs, because of the terrain, they can withstand attacks. So let's say rainforest hills or stuff like that, or extremely hilly terrain, or mountains, one-tile chokes, or a lot of factors can come into play. And this situation, it looks like India is gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Still trying to get that city to build walls. I don't think he's gonna lose it soon. Actually, let's see. Is that a kill by?
I think he's losing the city.
He's losing it this
like,
turn?
either next turn or 2 turns.
Is it this turn? Let's see. It's gonna go. Yeah, this turn. He actually will lose it this turn.
Or this turn. Yeah.
Will it? I mean, he needs to move that sword, attack with it. Oh, there we go. And he lost it. Okay, got it. And he lost the swordsman and the general next to it. Yeah, but he did get the Varus. So now Varus are on the field. And it looks like he's building Warlord's Throne. So even though he did lose Calcutta, he made Germany spend a lot of production. We're gonna see if the Varus will actually tip the balance here. These are 40 strength units compared to the Swordsman 36, and as I said, they do provide a -5 penalty to the units around them. Right now you don't see it because the Varus is 1 tile away from this archer, but once it will get there, it's not gonna be beautiful. The general will also provide another +5 strength to the units around him and an extra movement, except the archers. It doesn't give the archers any bonuses, but yeah, the archers are good anyway. Do you think he can keep Calcutta? These are
yeah,
archers?
I think so. I think the generals, and then he's got promoted archers behind, and they should be able to well, actually, yeah, it should heal. I don't think a swordsman and 2 archer or 1 archer shot is good enough to kill Calcutta.
Yeah, shouldn't be. He should prioritize on promoting his swordsman though. Those were a lot of swordsmen that were lost because of
I think
promotions.
he's lost like 3. It's a lot of production in gold right.
No, and he lost another one. Oof. This is hurting me. This is hurting me really bad. Like my... Hey Tomb Raider, welcome to the stream, man. What is Jack doing? Is he actually gonna... Oh, he's gonna push. Look at Jack preparing with a lot of pre-builds here, the immortal pre-builds. One thing I didn't check, but I want to check is... Okay, so Poland does have Defender of the Faith and Reliquaries. Relics have triple yield of both Faith and Tourism.
Ooh, Defender.
Yeah. These Polish units will do some damage here. Are they gonna be enough to withstand the attacks though? Because I don't see enough. He prioritized a lot of expansions here. It looks like he has 1-2 settles out, and he's gonna need the pre-builds. He started making some archers, but he's still going for holy sites. That's one thing that honestly, I don't think I like prioritizing holy sites so much. Maybe he's feeling the need of more faith per turn. He's only making 62 faith a turn right now with
Only.
yeah, only. I mean, it's only yeah. Remember, the monumentality age has been nerfed, right? So we only get minus 10% discount right now. So everything is extremely costly, or it goes up in cost much faster than usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there we go. Looks like the Indian Varus are next to Calcutta, and I think Calcutta will actually be taken over next turn by the Indian elephants. Don't think there's much that he can do, and I can show the damage right now. Let's see that. If I hover over the Varu and check out this horseman, the horseman on the defense on the left side there, you can see it has a -5. There we go, -5 combat strength when adjacent to an enemy Varu. So basically it counteracts the general, and at the moment these Varus, or this Varu, is not affected by the general because it's 3 tiles away, but it will move there and it will get an extra +5. And by the looks of it, even though he's getting pillaged by Jack the Ripper here, he did finish. Oh, he didn't? Wow, he didn't get to finish Warlord's Throne before Jack got a sneaky scout into his territory.
Hey, Agathy, how's it going?
Oh, hello, Agathy. Yes, the Kisaku comeback.
You know, this is one thing that I don't see a lot of players doing. A lot of times they build like 2-3 early scouts and then they don't do anything with it. But if you look at Jack, he's got like all these scouts by all these opposing players, especially the players who are trying to like maybe sim or their war is on the other side of the map, and he's been getting a lot of successful easy steals and stuff just by being there and being ready.
I'm not sure what Kisaku is doing here. He just lost a promotable Varu.
If I were Kirsaku, I would raise the city. So.
Yeah, same. I was actually thinking the same thing, but I'm waiting for the city. Oh no, he's actually kept it. He's moving in Victor inside the city, starting to build ancient walls. And is he banking on the
right,
gold?
he settled it. He can't raise it. You're right.
Oh, right. It's his city.
I totally forgot. He stole the settler, but he settled it. Yeah.
Calcutta.
But what I was saying, like with these scouts, like Jack pillaged a iron mine tile, right? He stole
for
settler
sure.
from Blaze.
He's getting his what's it called? The value out of the scouts, right? He spent the production on them. He wants a return on investment, and he's definitely using them properly. Like comparing it to the number of scouts that, for example, India had. Imagine if Jack was India with that amount of scouts, extra movement on them, going against Germany on the back foot. I think it would have been a totally different ball game here.
Yeah, definitely.
In the meantime, Kirsaku did manage to take care of that scout and of Jack's scouts, and I think he's gonna wanna put back production into his Warlord's Throne. The Warlord's Throne special building does give him extra production towards his... Oh, wait, he's not? What is he doing? Wait a second. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen here. So, the Warlord's Throne, it is a special government building. You get it once you get to the next tier of governments, that is the classical era governments, autocracy, oligarchy, or classical republic. And what it gives you is 25% production towards all naval and land military units, reduces the maintenance cost of units by 1 gold, and awards 1 governor title, and also increases strategic resources stockpiles by 15. So basically you get 40 instead of 25 base. You can also increase the strategic resource stockpile by building the encampment buildings. So I'm surprised that he's not actually getting that done now. It is here. As you can see, he did start building it, but he stopped. And now he's building a builder. I guess he wants to repair his land here. And looks like Calcutta was gone. Oh my god. Unbelievable failure here of strategic decisions. Calcutta has been taken over. It looks like Kirsaku lost 2 archers. He lost 2 Varus. And of course the general has been returned to his back cities. He's now gonna be pushed by Germany. Germany will get Yerevan as a 4th city. And it looks like he may actually make a comeback. This is amazing plays by Liege to the unfortunate plays of Kirsaku. I'm at a loss here. I didn't expect this outcome. I don't think Kirsaku has been playing a lot lately, right? Is he? He's not used to what should be done, or lost his edge, I guess. Because at this point, I'm really surprised what is happening. And by the looks of it, Jack will have his push in a few turns. We just saw Hypatia being picked by Egypt, actually. Libraries provide +1 science, instantly builds a library in the district. Egypt is happily simming behind Rome there, that is keeping his front lines. It looks like he's spamming away these theater squares. The theater squares are giving him extra culture and of course the great people points. Right now he's working on 6.9 great writer points a turn, 2.3 great artists and only 2.3 great musician points. He's building Apadana in 7 turns and more settlers. He's gonna get more gold, more of everything soon. Already on 41 culture a turn, and he's clearly on his way towards a culture victory here. He's gonna be relying, I should say, on Rome to be his frontline defender. And I think by the looks of it, I think this is how it's gonna be. I don't think Blaze will manage to push through, and he's actually being pushed right now by the Roman legions. I don't think Poland here will get enough of culture to defend. And at the same time, Liege will be able to kill India totally, completely, or Irel himself. Because at this moment we got India on 10 science and 20 culture. We got Liege on 17 science and 15, so both of them are basically irrelevant, right? But at the same time, Kirsaku is on 100 military strength and Liege is on 254, and I'm still at a loss of how Kirsaku, Chandragupta here, lost so many units that were promotable. I don't know how that could happen actually, because
I mean, to Lee's credits, he just outplayed him. I mean,
he did clearly.
He made better, more moves, and that is basically all the practice that these teams have been doing. I've been seeing Liege practice like maybe 1 or 2 games a day, and I think it's really been helping.
It is, and it's been showing. I mean, it's a lot of experience here by Liege with a civilization that has a lot, or I should say, doesn't have any direct war bonuses, going against a civilization that has a lot of war bonuses, the extra movement, the Varus, the unique unit, right? So he managed to first get back on his feet after he lost a settler, then push back, take the 3rd city that he lost, and push back on India. And right now he's on 4 cities. He took over a city state. He does have +7 against city state, so I guess that is helpful. And he's gonna get to focus all of his attention towards the west here against India. And in the meantime, Japan, it looks like just built a garrison in her lowest or southernmost city, Yokohama, and just wants to keep out Persia if he will ever attack. But look at this Persian attack. We got Jack the Ripper pushing with Immortals and a general against Poland with Defender. Do you think he's gonna be able to push? It looks like he's gonna be able to push through him. If I hover over, I don't actually see the ranged attack, but just to show you the numbers, we got 20 damage ranged attack and 35 melee strength attack. It kind of looks like he kills that swordsman, but that is because it takes into account the melee attack instead of the ranged attack. And we're gonna see how he decides to play this out. The thing about Immortals, they 2-shot archers most of the time. These are archers with Defender of the Faith, so they're a little higher in strength, but still go down really fast to the Immortals if they get near them. Remember, this is a general. Task for Fish does not have a general, and he didn't prioritize building units that much. He has a few pre-builds, he has a few archers here and there. As you can see, 1 swordsman, 1 horseman, and he has another one in build. But at the moment, I don't think he has that magical number of units that he should be feeling safe. He does have a lot of cities though, 2, 4, 6, 7 cities, and is chopping away horses. Let's see if that is enough to actually make him withstand this attack.
So I think what Jack should be doing, he should just try not to lose any units, and he should just keep range attacking as much as he can, just so he can continually promote his immortals, and then come back once he has muskets, push back or bring his units back, upgrade to muskets, and then make a musket push. And I think that's probably what Jack's going to want to be doing.
That is a lot of investment in time here, but I guess he doesn't have anything else to do. And in the meantime, as you can see, we do have the catapults. I'm sure you missed it, but there was a time the catapults were stronger than archers. It was kind of cheeky, and once you got to bombards, for example, bombard cores could actually push field cannons.
Wow.
So yeah, there were some cheeky tactics and weird metas that we've gone through in the last year or so. There's a question here. Jessica seeming well. Well, I guess she did get a lot of harbors. She's making 38 science and 32 culture, getting a lot of gold for her team. 44 gold a turn. She's making the most gold out of everyone in the game. And look at this, Jack. And I've seen Jack do this a lot of the times. He likes to really push his economy to its maximum potential. That is the maximum potential he thinks it is. It's always -9 gold turn. Not sure how he does it, but he does it quite often, and most of the time it works out fine. He really likes to stay on that edge. What do you think of this, of pushing your production, pushing your economy to the limit, the lower limit, I should say?
I think. Wait, why is he? He's at -8.
Yes, he's at -8. A negative, it's fine until you get to -10 or you're bankrupt. So I mean, until then, there's no problem. You get to use your units, but when you get to -10, your units just start getting deleted. So yeah, it's not fun. You're at a loss of words here.
I think. I mean, the internal trade routes are the best for Persia, right? So that means gold is lower generally a little bit. I was talking to Tom earlier about how to play Persia. He was telling me Persia was a really strong civ. Because you go Pingal and you get the 3+3 science trade route promotion, and you just trade internally.
And you get the culture, and you get the gold and food, and I mean everything is
the
better.
government plaza in Immortal Factory, or is it in capital?
Let me check. It is in the south one, the capital, I think.
The capital, okay. I mean, I think Immortal Factory is probably a better trade route destination, but he doesn't have any commercials yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That might have been the problem, actually. That might have been the problem. He didn't prioritize getting the commercials. The commercials are, of course, extremely important for Persia. Spamming out those traders. He does have 2 traders, right? 2 early traders to use. And those do give him extra culture and everything. But look at this, -12 gold a turn. He is making 30 culture with 25 science. That is probably because of Pingala, and I think we can actually check it. Not sure, but I think we can check it. Let's pull up his screen here on Cyrus the Virus. No, I can't open up the trade screen. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me the routes. Can I click on the trader? Yes, but it doesn't show me the yields. At the moment, those... sorry. Say.
The trader was going Gordian to his cap, right? So that's probably... Persia gets what?
He gets 1 culture, 2 gold, 2 production, I think 2 food. Actually, it depends on the cap, right?
I I think it's a 3 food 2 production because it's got the government plaza for +1/+1, and then it's got an encampment for +1 production. So and then it's base 1/1, so it should be 3/2, I think. 3 production, 2 food, with 2 gold and 1 culture.
Yeah. And when he gets to medieval fairs, that shouldn't be that far away. It's gonna be +3 culture actually. He's working civil service right now.
Wait for medieval. He probably wants civil service. Get military with probably liege, right? Just to get the +. So I think what Jack's probably gonna do is you see in his cap he's got Magnus. He's probably gonna chop all those forests, maybe get a couple more cities out or improve his land.
Yeah, at the moment, as you can see, he's just spamming out these immortals and sending them to the front lines with some catapult support and some archers. 1 archer, and I think he just finished crossbow tech before he got another one, so he's gonna have to hard build that one. In the meantime, working on -16 gold a turn, and that's gonna be extremely problematic actually. And still getting, as you can see, still getting more immortals. Maybe he's not working the -1 card. Maybe that is the issue. He's working the minus. Never mind. Okay, so can you imagine how much military expenditure is? How much military he's spending on? What's happening here? So it looks like there is a standoff between Mongolia and Rome. There's not much happening on this line. Rome did manage to build a line, and Mongolia did build his line. They're happily defending their own territory. There is still, look at this, there's still a Persian scout in in Blaze's capital, if you saw it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. You go in and you like peek in, see if he's building anything. So from Fog of War for Jack, he can see when a tile improves. So when you see a tile improve, you just run in with the scout. Generally, a lot of players don't escort their workers, and you can easily steal a worker, pillage a tile, and then maybe get out by the time you build a unit. And then you wait like 5-6 turns, he forgets, and then you just keep doing it again and again, and you can get a lot of good bonuses. Like I think I had one game where I took like two workers, maybe a settler, and pillaged a government plaza, and that's a lot of stuff right there.
But how was it not hunted down by 1 horseman? Surely it can be caught by one horseman.
I think once you have a promoted scout, you can just run away after and just go to a different land then, or like hide, like go further away and then just wait like another 8 turns and then just sneak back in. I think you should always have archers though near your land, like in case, especially for a team game like this. You need ranged units just to be able to move up and kill the scout.
Oh, and look at this. Kirsaku, not only he managed to lose most of his army and give the city to Liege there, but right now he's totally rallying himself into building walls. Yeah. Unfortunate move here. He's getting warlords thrown at least. He's gonna get to build some units, but he's just doesn't have the cities right now to sim behind and at least catch up in science and production. It looks like Jessica will be overpowered at some point of the game by the German production. By the looks of it, Liege caught up with the other players in the game in the number of cities. He's on 246 cities right now with another settler out. He's probably gonna build some more, and he started putting down his commercials. We're probably gonna see the Hansas pretty soon here, for quite soon I should say. Getting the builders out to improve his land and as much as possible get his population up. In the meantime, we do have this war, and as you can see, slowly but surely Jack the Ripper is breaking Task Force Fish's defense here. There were just not enough ranged units to counter these immortals, and I don't think Fish is at crossbow technology right now. He's working on wheel. Wait, what? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? He's at wheel.
I think he went for apprenticeship, and then now he's coming back and doing like the wheel and the bottom side of the tech tree, so he can get crossbows. But I mean, but this is I think that was a big issue. Fish went his government plaza in Bravo, and I think that was probably a mistake because you lose Bravo, you lose your government plaza completely.
Yeah, he does have ancestral hole in there.
I guess he probably won't build more settlers, so he's gotten his use out of it for now. Instead of backing up, what I was saying, I'm turning those immortals into muskets. I think as long as this push goes well and he takes the city, I think he just upgrades in Bravo and then he pushes on to Alpha, to Echo, to Foxtrot. I don't know where he wants. He might split it up, maybe go Echo, half Foxtrot, and take those two cities.
It might be a major problem because he's not gonna get his Grandmaster Chapel in the government plaza. That is, I think, one of the reasons he's going for so much faith, 120 faith a turn. So he could actually get the units bought with faith. But at this point, if Jack's attack succeeds on Bravo, it is not guaranteed these immortals will actually be able to push over the river, but it is highly likely because they do have that ranged attack. I was saying, once they do the attack, they don't actually get. Oh, that was a quick move by Fish there, saving his horse with 3 HP, only 3 HP remaining. And this is the kind of actually moves or counter moves that I was expecting from. Oh, that city's dead. That city's dead. Look at this. Yeah, not gonna help. Rip. Hello there, Grammar Cracker. You did win the first promotion. You were first. So it honestly, as I see it now, it looks like Ulysse will get the win here against the Zone of Control. I think Fish underestimated his opponent a little bit, underestimated Jack when he didn't have a standing army to defend Bravo while he was attacked. He also didn't have a scout near Jack's cities, right? And Jack was very quick on the attack.
Yeah. This might be actually, I don't know. I think.
Yeah, there we go. The city of Bravo has been taken.
Oh. Yeah.
I think this is the end of Poland as well. I mean, do you think he's gonna be able to withstand so many immortals? I don't think so. These are so many immortals with General. They're already pushing Foxtrot. They're gonna push on Echo. Those catapults will get promoted. I don't think he's gonna even get to. Well, he's getting engineering next turn. That's another few turns for Expos. That's too late. And Immortals can push Expos.
Alpha's not gonna die anytime soon, but it's definitely Foxtrot and Echo that are gonna die, and then Plock, and then potentially Delta, I think are gonna die.
Yeah. Well, I guess Echo could be taken back by the sea, but it's not gonna be. Oh, look at that! Jessica is actually sending a settler on the coast here. Is she gonna try to settle across the sea to save a fish? Wow, this is gonna be interesting to see. Are we gonna see a D-Day of samurais here? I did see a samurai earlier. Where is it? Where is the samurai? Here it is.
It's right by the cat.
Jessington World of Adventure. So I'm gonna put up a quick poll here, and let's see the viewers maybe have a different opinion of ours. But I think this game is pretty much set. Let's see. The question is simple. Who will win? Is it Ulysse, Zone of Control, or the map? Oh, look at that. He actually raised the city. Interesting. Jack didn't want to keep that city. He probably couldn't keep it anyway because of loyalty. We have 8 turns to go until the next era, and I'm not sure, but I don't think he's gonna get a golden age here. Let me check out his points. 43 out of 50. He needs 7 points somehow. He's now getting the crossbows on the front lines from the cities. He's building more markets and getting more commercials up. He's probably gonna take Namadol at some point, but 7 points is quite a lot for him. Getting this campus, but this campus is kind of late. It's a +4 campus. It's the first one is the first splendid campus in his empire. He's trying. I think he may actually try to chop it here. Maybe get the 3 points from that.
Yeah, he'll chop for that. He'll get what, 4 points. He takes over Kumasi. That's how many points do you get for taking a city state?
You don't.
Oh, you don't.
No. It's only Sus. You get 2 for Sus, or if you like equal someone in a city state, and then you get 1 for levy, but you don't for actually taking it over or something, like, you know.
Okay, so
militarily.
he just probably gonna. Does he have a Sus on a city state?
Let's check. We got Distoria on Bologna, Task for Fish on Antioch, Jack the Ripper on Vilnius. Yes, he does. Vilnius. And
So he probably won't lose that. So he'll probably
but it's 270 gold. That is really expensive. I mean, remember, he's on still on -2 gold a turn right now.
Yeah, but if you look at Egypt, how much gold per turn does Egypt have?
Egypt is on 29 gold a turn with 69 science and 122 culture. So pretty much he's getting that culture victory. I think he's making quite a lot of tourism as well. 67 tourism, turn 53. That is quite good. A good result, turn 50. And by the looks of it, slowly but surely, Jack is just raising Poland cities. So there's not gonna be a chance to get them back unless you actually get settlers and pushback. It looks like Fish did get the general, but it is not the correct era, so it's problematic. There is a general for the next era. It gives bonuses to medieval and Renaissance era land units within 2 tiles. So these classical units are not affected.
So Blaze is still not on Keshix yet, right?
Blaze was not on Keshix yet. He's building his Warlord's Throne quite fast, actually, I should say. There's a lot of production there. 25 production in his capital city. Getting some industrial zones up, and it looks like he's preparing for those awesome Keshik factories against Rome here. Rome kind of irreled himself too. As you can see, he's just building a line that is only 4 cities worth, and then spamming out units, now getting some ancient walls, getting victor inside that city of Ekileila. He's definitely expecting Kesha at some point of the game, and I think they're gonna come sooner rather than later. We got Blaze. I think he just finished stirrups, so they're coming, they're soon. Trademark.
Soon.
So the vote is almost over. We got 73% of the chat, 11 votes into Ulysse, and 4 votes into the map. 4 think that the map has had an important part to play in this game, or the outcome of this game. That is an interesting, actually, thing there.
Oh, I just voted because I think the map always wins.
Oh, the map always wins. Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
map
you can
always
say
wins.
that.
But I actually do think the way this was set up, I think Zone of Control had the better start, especially with that crazy India start. But I think
Yeah,
they
and
just
all the
got outplayed.
bonuses, like, yeah, all the bonuses, all the scouts, the free units that he got in the beginning, and somehow he didn't manage to capitalize on the situation after he got that settler. I think he thought he totally relled Liege and wasn't expecting such a counter attack, right, from Liege with so many archers, so many swords, the horses, like Liege put everything in that, and I think his team actually helped him a lot in that situation with gold, with maybe some hard bought units, and that actually tipped the balance. But at the same time, I did see a lot of units from Kirsaku that could have been promoted and weren't promoted, so he was losing the ball on that one. Unfortunately, Liege may have gotten the first moves on him. I don't think Japan could have done more than she did in this situation. She wasn't that close to anyone. She did get the gold. She did get the production for herself, the harbors and the boost for her team. But unfortunately, it was not enough to help out India or help out one city of Poland here. It looks like the city of Echo has just fallen this turn, and it's probably gonna be raised to the ground. There we go. That was the raise button from Jack. In the meantime, we do see the hussars on the field now. They're being hard produced in the cities. These are the unique units of Poland. They're what, heavy calves, right?
Yep.
So a Polish unique medieval era unit, it pushes defending enemy units back from their hex in any battle where they score more damage. Defenders that cannot retreat suffer additional damage. These are extremely powerful against lines of units that have a lot of units behind them. They do cost 250 production on the standard speeds, that's 125 on the online speed. They do cost iron as well, and they pack 4 movement points and 55 melee strength. There, just to put it into perspective, knight I think is 48 or 46, right?
48. But
So, yeah, there we go.
does
So
he have monarchy? Does Fish have monarchy?
I mean, of course, that's when they come.
Oh, is that? I always forget because I
It
think
was
in the base
moved.
game it's the mercenaries one, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't played vanilla in so long. But yeah,
think
it was changed as
it-
far as I know. It was they were put a little later and in an awkward place because they were too powerful at some point.
I think the mod buffed it, right?
No, I think they nerfed it actually. They nerfed the hussars.
No, they nerfed the Hungarian.
Both of them.
hussars, right?
Because of the, like, if you get them on mercenaries, it's easy.
No.
Monarchy
So
is
the
out of
winged
the way.
hussars, it used to be that I think the mercenaries, you get it at mercenaries, but then you don't get the production card until you go to monarchy. So you had to go all the way top side of the tree and then all the way to the bottom side of the civic tree. And I think it got moved to the bottom side with the card because it.
So it
Because
is
I think
actually a
before
buff
it
if
was-
you think of it that
Yeah,
way.
it was a buff.
Yeah,
Because I think it took way too long. Like you had to rush culture. You had just hard rush culture as Poland just to.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't actually know all the bones. I just know how the game is right now. One thing that I do notice is the lack of a government plaza with a Grandmaster Chapel. That would have been extremely helpful in this case, especially since he's making 112 faith a turn. That is one Hussar every like 2-3 turns.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he can get it in Alpha, or is that a pre-placed campus? 2 tiles left of his cap.
Yeah, that is a pre-placed campus. One thing that is interesting, and I don't think it's going to be possible from Jack, if he doesn't get muskets, he's not going to be able to push these cities. These are 48 strength cities without a Hussar in them. If he gets a Hussar, it's going up to about 60. So these are extremely hard cities to push into, especially with the immortals that are of the classical age. Just look at the damage. They basically... Oh wait, it doesn't tell me on the city? Oh, it doesn't have a unit, that's why. That's weird.
48's really good though.
Yeah.
Should hold.
He has walls in there. The walls are higher strength than usual. And the immortals just cannot attack it. Well, they can attack with the ranged attack, but it's not that powerful.
How many turns until the next golden age?
We got 3 turns right now, and let's check it out on each of them. How much era score do they have? 67 out of 60 for Task for Fish. He's definitely gonna get another golden age. We got Jessica with 50 out of 62, not gonna get her next golden age. That is actually quite disturbing. She's gonna lose her free inquiry, and it's gonna hurt her a lot in the science department, only making 69 science with 23 culture. Kirsaku, 41 out of 54, not gonna get his. He's basically irrelevant here with 13 science and 21 culture, comparing him to Liege 30 and 35. Liege is catching up. Blaze, golden age right now, 43 out of 51, not gonna get his. So except as for Fish, nobody from Zone of Control will get a golden age. It looks like Blaze is happily spamming away Keshex from all of his cities right now, except Urumqi. On the other team, on Ulysse, we got Distoria with Monumentality right now, 88 points out of 71. He's been happily simming and getting those era score points. Not gonna be a problem for him by the looks of it. Jack the Ripper, 47 out of 50. He's 3 points away, and that was what we were wondering about earlier, if he's gonna get it or not. Well, he's 3 points away. If he's gonna get it or not, we're gonna have to wait and see another 2 turns, or 3 turns actually. Abel Brimi, 51 out of 63 era score points. Pembrush and Voice right now, not gonna get his next one with Rome. And Liege, 44 out of 60. He's gonna lose his culture bonus as well. By the looks of it, those are a lot of points to get in a few turns.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like the Keshiks are finally coming. It's a little late though. It's turn 57. I don't think that it'll be a successful push, but I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, he does have a general for them. That is good, at least. So he has the general, he has the Keshex. He could actually apply the force on Rome. The problem is, as you said, it's kind of late. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose Task for Fish here. They're gonna lose India at some point. Germany is not pushing yet, but he just has to stay put until he's gonna get his simming and production, and that's it. Just look at this Hansa. This is a Hansa between a government plaza, a horse, and a commercial. It's a +5 right now. He's getting to build them fast to boost most of his cities really quickly. How far away will he get actually? Oh, I'm interested to see Liege going for mercenaries instead of guilds. Wait a second. That can't be right. He's gonna lose his culture. He's never gonna get to guilds. What is this? Oh, So it's 4 turns right now to get guilds, 1 turn to get mercenaries. Probably when he will lose the culture, it's gonna be like what, 8 turns, 9 turns to get it. Because he doesn't have any theater square. He's just making his culture from his monuments and the pen, brush, and voice.
So one thing I kind of want to know is, what do you think of using pikemen against Keshiks?
Keshiks? No, they die really fast.
But aren't they? Don't they have +10 against Keshiks?
They do if you get close to the Keshiks, but if you stay away and just defend, the Keshiks will just tear them down. The pikemen don't have defenses against ranged units. That's their weakness, right?
No, but it's characterized as a ranged cavalry unit, so they get +10 against Keshiks.
Sure, if you get them next to them. That's what I'm saying. So.
Oh, they have to be next to them?
Yeah.
Doesn't
I mean,
make
to
sense.
actually attack, I don't think you can get. Actually, let's see. There is a pikeman here, right? So we got the pikeman next to Aquilela. Let's check out the Keshik damage on it. Does it get a +10? It's 66 on defense. Yes, it does get 10 strength against units. So basically, he's gonna have to attack with more Keshiks from far away to kill the pikeman.
And that Keshik isn't. What did it have? River defense as well. That doesn't apply against range.
Yeah.
So it's like what, 658 strength, and then I guess plus another 6 if they fortify. But I don't know. I think
At the moment, it's 66.
It is 66.
Yeah, at the moment with the general with oligarchic legacy, that is the card, the special card that gives you +4. It is 66 on defense. He's 45, has +3 on intel movements. I guess Mongolia didn't get his printing yet, and doesn't have a spy in Rome. But it's just a numbers game. Like how many Keshiks can you get to attack one single pikeman, right? So at the moment, from what I can see, he can get around 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna go around it.
A lot of people like to try to go like crossbows and muskets to try to hold, but I always felt like pikes were stronger as a good front line, just because they get the +5 at level 1 against cavalry units, and then they also get the double support on their level 2 promotion. So you could have like 70 something pikes against Keshiks, and that should be able to hold for a while until you get to field cannons.
I think I've seen who was it? There was somebody who actually used very, very good a line of pikemen against France that was sending courses. I think that was Colento in Canada at some point in a Historia Type stream tournament. He actually managed to use them extremely well and were very effective, but it took him a little while to get them working. It may be a good idea. I'm not sure about. I don't know. I haven't favored anti-cav units for some time now. Not sure why. I feel like it's better to get the ranged units against other units like range because you get the better upgrades afterwards. So basically, with the anti-cav, you go into pike and shot, and then what is it? Anti-tank, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just didn't feel. I didn't feel it's worth it. Maybe it is, but I think helicopters with the extra movement, and right now that they use oil instead of aluminium is a great thing. Tazuki, thank you very much for the follow.
Oh,
Hustle Trees is asking me about the culture victory screen. Let's see. He's 3 out of 18 tourists. Again, in Historia, only 18 tourists. Like nobody's defending culture victory here. And it looks like on the tourism screen, we got him at 80 tourism a turn with 192 culture. So he's definitely gonna get that. There's nobody who's gonna defend this. In Japan, who other than making harbors, she should have gotten a lot of theater squares, just didn't have enough of them to actually get enough culture. She did prioritize free inquiry, She just lost it, and as you can see, only 2 players in the game have gotten Golden Age here. It is Task for Fish and Egypt, and that is, I guess, fitting, right? The 2 captains get the Golden Age, and all the others are not in a Golden Age. We got 3 in a normal age: Persia, Rome, and Mongolia, while Japan, India, and Germany are in a Dark Age. And now I have to synchronize with the mixed wax here. I'm trying to pick as much as possible the ones that won't be picked in the next era, so I won't interfere with any of the votes. Even if we don't manage to, actually get the same or the counter votes done properly. In the meantime, did you see that Jack the Ripper did get a lot of cities behind his attack? So while he did get a lot of units in the front lines, he was at a lot of minus gold for some time. In the back, he seemed pretty well. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 cities, 9 cities with Namadol. And he got a free theater square as well there. He doesn't have that many commercials, but I think he now has 2, and with traders in them, or with what do you call them? The buildings, the markets, right? The markets.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the other side, Germany is happily swimming away, as we were saying, going for Warlord's Throne himself. And oh, right, I forgot. Remember, this was India with God of the Forge. Wow, this is, I'm more surprised right now. I don't know what to say. I feel like I should say so many, not good things about India right now, but I want to keep this stream friendly. So let's go and see the amazing seeming of and the amazing land of Distoria here on the other side. The peaceful land of Distoria is with his sphinxes. Let me actually take this lens off. We don't see the production or the yields on look at this amazing setup here with the Hanging Gardens, Temple of Artemis, Forbidden Palace, Oracle, and the Great Bath. In the middle of all of those, we got 3 theater squares. They are being improved right now. He got the books, he got the amphitheaters, he has the culture, and it kind of looks like it's gonna be a CC soon to a culture victory. He just got his musician as well. Ludwig van Beethoven has been recruited in the city of Rakedet. And that is it. No, that is the GG. That is the GG. We have finished this game. The first win goes to Ulysse. They're gonna have the chance to go against each other in the same group stages. It's gonna be 4 weeks from now, and I don't think they could have recovered from Poland's loss of 3 cities. India failing his attack on Germany, and probably Mongolia not getting anywhere here against, as you said, pikemen with horses and the Keshiks.
Pikemen are such a good defensive unit against Keshiks, and I think that more players need to be building pikes against Keshiks. Like, you go spears and then you upgrade, and you just need gold. You don't need resources. You can mass them and then have crossbows behind, and then go piking shot later on and go field cannons, and I think that should hold against the Keshiks.
I think you're onto something here. I honestly didn't use them against Keshiks, but I don't really want to war Mongolia that much. So
I'm thinking more of like a team game aspect, because that's generally going to happen. Like, your team will have gold for you, and then
Yeah, well, let's go back and see the roster here. And in the meantime, I do want to thank Steven Rosales for the follow here. And let's see the roster and actually the group stages. This is Group B, the ones that we saw today. And we have Zone of Control playing against Ulysse, right? That was the first game. On the other side, we did have Next Vigram go against To Be Decided team. Not sure exactly what happened in that game, but you may actually tell me, right? Did you check out Kacheka's stream? Did they win or did they not?
I think next Vigram won.
Next Vigram won. So the gods that won the Distoria Type Stream tournament and the season 1 of the CWC actually got the upper hand against the TBD. I could say it was foreseen, right? And as Ognat says, Colento hard carry. He's actually been improving quite a lot. I'm not sure if you've seen Colento play, but he's doing really, really well. Very experienced player. That is the same Colento that is playing for Liquid team, I believe, or what was it on? Not Liquid.
Cloud9.
Cloud9, yes, Cloud9 for Hearthstone.
Yep.
Very good strategic player. Very good. Awesome plays, I should say.
I don't think it was Colento that hard carried that game. I think their Russian player, I think, was it Odin maybe? He had like crazy culture. I think Tordred actually got really unlucky that game. He spawned or he settled next to a volcano. It went off, and then all of a sudden, like three Scythian horses of the general was like right there, right when it had erupted. So he lost that city, and then yeah.
The map. Rough. You're saying the map, okay?
It was the map.
It was the map. Yeah. Well, we're gonna need to see how the next games will be scheduled. I do know there is another game tomorrow. I believe it was between Chop Chop and LSA, right? That is the Korean
I believe so.
team going against the Russians. We had some connectivity issues, and I'm interested to see if they're gonna be resolved. Not sure if I can actually stream it. It is. Let's see. So it was. When was it? They wanna go 10 a.m.
I mean, I don't know. It'll be really hard to schedule, for a Korean team and then a team all the way in Europe, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm watching it. To see the times here. I'm not exactly sure when they're scheduled. Let me see. Oh, okay. So they're scheduled for 1300 GMT. That would be 3 my time. No, 4 my time. Kacheka is scheduled to cast them. I'm not sure if I can. If I can, and I will be on my computer tomorrow, I'm gonna try to catch that game. I'm really interested to see how the coding is behaving right now. I do understand, as I said before, Jack the narrator told me they were doing some updates on the networking side, so I'm really hopeful we're gonna see a much more stable connection between the continents here. And we don't see that many disconnects. Today we had a little bit of a glitch here. Well, first of all, it was on my side, unfortunately, because of my connection to a Twitch server. I did switch it, so that fixed it. And the next was a bad update for a mod, or a mod that didn't get updated properly, I should say. That got fixed real quick, as you seen there by Jack the narrator there with a hot patch, and we all got it. We got to play this game. After those were fixed, there were no more disconnects in the game. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the follows and the support. Yoshi, again, much appreciated that you came back and joined us in our little community here in our little heaven. And thank you for the co-cast. Again, very good advices there, especially on the pikemen. I did not know that. I'm going to try them some more here and see how it goes. And that's about it. Thank you very much. Let's see each other tomorrow or the day after that, if I don't get to cast that. And in the meantime, have a good evening.